It's the 3 on PLAX TV.
Yes. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy PLAX, and I am back again with another episode of the 3 on PLAX TV. And in this episode, I'm discussing another curse. Now, I know I've been talking about curses a lot. They've just been popping up in the media for me, and I've been just coming up with these ideas. This one isn't like the Gilbert Arenas curse was my own like personal conspiracy theory that I came up with. This one is one that I've seen on social media coming up a little bit ever since Lonzo Ball ended up getting hurt and potentially will never play basketball again for some reason. And it's very odd on like what happened to him. Like his body is just kind of just breaking down on him, and nobody knows why or how it happened. But this is the Michael Jordan curse, or the Chicago Bulls curse, well, however you want to play it. But the idea of this curse is, in the 90s, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls made a deal with whatever entity they decided to make a deal with to dominate the entire 90s, basically, which they did. They won 6 championships, never lost in the finals. They could have probably won 8 if Jordan wouldn't have left to go play baseball. So they won 6 straight championships, 2 three-peats. Jordan became the GOAT, basically. Yeah, you could argue for LeBron, but like he became the GOAT at that point and has been the GOAT basically ever since. Yeah, and the curse, the Chicago Bulls / Michael Jordan curse, is that for the dominance that they had in the 90s, they will never have a healthy superstar level guard, point guard or shooting guard. Now, there is some merit to this. Jay Williams, a superstar in Duke University, got drafted to the Chicago Bulls in 2001 or something like that. And in 2002, he got into a severe motorcycle accident and was never the same basketball player ever again. But he was supposed to be an all-star level, superstar level guard. You fast forward a bit, and the Chicago Bulls get Derrick Rose, who is one of my favorite players of all time. Derrick Rose becomes the youngest MVP in NBA history at that time. And I believe either that next year or the year after, in the conference finals, he injures his leg and is never the same basketball player ever again. He went from an MVP to a 6-man, which that just shows how great Derrick Rose is, because even with the injury, he still has been pivotal and helpful to certain teams. And was able. I don't think he won the 6-man. But has been in the running for the 6-man of the year award multiple times since that injury. But he still was never the same MVP level Derrick Rose. And he wasn't even in his prime when that happened. Jay Williams either. You fast forward again to more recently, Lonzo Ball gets injured. Everybody thinks it's just a regular injury. He'll be back in a year, in a season, maybe even half a season. But it just progressively just seems to be taking longer for him to come back. Come to find out, there's something crazy wrong with him that doctors can't even pinpoint what the actual issue is. And he may never play basketball again, period, because of this anomaly of an injury that he has. And not saying Lonzo Ball is on the same level as Derrick Rose or even Jay Will, but he's a very solid point guard. He defends. He can knock down shots. He's an immaculate passer, and could have really helped Chicago, especially this season. I feel like if you throw Lonzo Ball into that team, I feel like they're not in the play-in, You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're past the playing at the very least. Like not and like they're a 6th, 5th, 4th seed instead of fighting for the play-in spot and losing to Miami. On top of that, Zach LaVine is another one to a lesser extent. Zach LaVine has been battling injuries and injury after injury after injury since he's come to Chicago. I don't remember Zach LaVine getting hurt like that in Minnesota. Since he's been in Chicago, he's been injured multiple different times. Not nothing extensive, but enough to alter the team's record when you're out for a month or 2 months at a time. When you get hurt, you're putting your team in a bad position, which isn't his fault. The fault is the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. In my opinion, and apparently some other people's opinion, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls traded in their future for dominance in the 90s. Now, was it worth it? Maybe. You know, that's 6 championships. Michael Jordan is arguably the GOAT. Scottie Pippen is the greatest Robin in the history of Robins. The Bulls will forever be the 96 Bulls specifically, but the Bulls in that era will forever be one of the greatest ensemble of teams in basketball history forever. Like, I don't think that'll ever change. They'll go down with the 1960s Celtics and the 80s Celtics, the 80s Lakers, the Golden State, more recently Golden State. They go down in those categories, and that will never change no matter how long the NBA goes on for. I don't think that'll change. They were a dynasty. They were a dynasty. So when you put it like that, was it worth it? Maybe, depending on how you look at it. But my question is, how long is this curse going to last? Because that's 3 guards. That's 3 guards, arguably 4 if you want to count Zach LaVine. That's Jay Will, Derrick Rose, Lonzo Ball, and Zach LaVine to a lesser extent. How long does this last for? You know? I mean, that's 3, 4, 3.5. I'll say 3.5 guards. Does it have to be 6 guards for the 6 championships? That's a long time. A long time. It's been 20 years since Jay Will got hurt and couldn't play. So let's say it takes 20 years to go through 3 guards. That's another 20 years of mediocrity and or losing. So for 6 championships, 40 years of mediocrity and or losing. Ooh, that's tough. That idea just kind of came to me. Let me know in the comments down below, for your favorite team, would you take 6 straight championships? Not straight, because it was a delay in the middle there because Jordan went to play baseball. But for all intent and purposes, 6 straight championships, potentially 8 championships. But you won't win anything for 40 years. So for a decade, your team will dominate. Whatever your favorite team is. But for 40 to 50 years after the fact, you guys won't win anything. And on top of that, your premier guards will always get hurt and never be the same again. Is that worth 6 to 8 championships? As I'm sitting here thinking about it, I might be saying yeah, but I don't know. Because in those 40 years, if the curse isn't on you, it's not guaranteed that you're going to win championships. Are you more confident that you're going to win 8 championships, 6 to 8 championships in those 40 years? Or would you rather just have the 6 to 8 championships guaranteed? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, this is just a theory. This is just a conspiracy theory. This is just a curse, quote unquote. It just, when you see certain things like this, Like Lonzo Ball specifically, like Jay Will got into a motorcycle accident, which is what the fuck? That's crazy. And was never the same. Derrick Rose got injured during the game, so that can happen to anybody, you know. But this Lonzo Ball thing is crazy. I still don't even know the details on that. Nobody does. The Chicago Bulls, Lonzo Ball don't even know the details on what's going on with him, and that's really a shame because I think Lonzo at least had a chance to be an all-star level guard, like a Jason Kidd type of guy. I see that in him. I feel like he could have got to that point, and you know he could come back. They said it's just a possibility he may never play again. But if he comes back, even if he does, will he be the same Lonzo Ball? Will he be as good as a defender? Will he be as athletic? I don't know. Only time will tell. But I hope Lonzo comes back healthy at 100% and can play like he was playing and maybe even play better. That would be beautiful. But as of right now, it's not looking too good. It's looking like Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls have a curse on their hands. Yeah, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Again, this isn't really my theory per se. This is more so something that I've just seen coming up online just with Lonzo. With the news of Lonzo potentially not playing again, this has came up online a lot. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this is true or not? Hell, a couple years from now, if it happens again to another guard, come back to this video and let me know, hey, it's looking like it's kind of true. And what do you think about the 6 guards thing? Because it's already been 3, maybe 3.5 if you want to count Zach LaVine. Is it just 3 more guards and then the curse will be lifted? I don't know. But comment down below. Let's have a little conversation. Let me know what you think of the video in general and these 3 videos just in general. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube, I love you guys. Peace.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yes, yes, yes.